Good evening, everybody, or shall I say good? Yeah, it is actually good evening because it's nearly 6 o'clock. So it's Arsenal versus PSV. Welcome to everybody. Always difficult to do these ones, man, that are after work, straight after work. I was literally just still filing paperwork while this was going on. I looked at the time and it was like, oh my God, I'm on in 2 minutes. So welcome to Tony. Welcome to all of you guys. Let's have a look at the team sheet before we kick off. Let's see what's going on here. Right, let's have a look at the team sheet. While I'm doing that, guys, let me get the game's on BT Sport 2, by the way, guys. If you're looking to find out where it is. Tony, how you getting on, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah. Looking forward
Excellent,
to
excellent.
another game.
Yeah. Right, let me just put.
victory.
Right, I've just got my stream going on here. There we go. Let me get the volume down a little bit.
It's getting dark early, man.
Yeah, clocks are going to change soon. Right, guys, let's get the team sheet out of the way first. Team sheet is Ramsdale in goal, unexpected. Tomiyasu, right back, okay, expected, which should have happened in the last game. Saliba, centre back, which I'm not surprised because they have been rotating Gabriel and Saliba. I think both of them now have played a couple of games each in the Europa, so that's fair enough. Holding's been playing every game in Europa. Tierney gets a start. Lokonga and Xhaka in the middle. Odegaard, it's Odegaard and Vieira. Ooh, and then Martinelli and Nketiah. So Jesus and Saka gets a rest. Outside of that, it's difficult to say because he's not completely changing the whole team, but every week he's been making 6 or 7 changes, Tony, and that has made a difference to try and keep it fresh. What's your thoughts on the team sheet?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that the guys who are getting a rest are getting a rest, especially Thomas Partey. But as you know, he's there on the bench, ready to come in if necessary. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's that slight rotation where you get some players are getting a week off and other players are getting, 60 minutes, 70 minutes. So yeah, I'm not that fussed about the team. The interesting thing for me is why have we got white shorts?
Yeah, I haven't. I've seen the black tops at the moment. To be honest, I haven't seen the whole kit. So
it's like we normally have black shorts with a black top, and I remember pointing out to somebody the other day that we were wearing the same color shorts as the opposition in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
PSV's shorts are black, which I take it means that we have to wear a different color in European football, but it's okay in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So I'm slightly baffled by that. But hey, we've just kicked off.
Yeah, I've kicked off as well. And we're underway, guys, here in the Netherlands. It's funny enough, Cody Gakpo is captain of PSV. Thanks for everybody who's joining us from Facebook. We're streaming live on 101 Facebook and streaming live on Arsenal discussions on Facebook as well. I have not, big up you lot onto YouTube. I haven't put a Twitter link in, but I think I'll do that now. Let me just go on Twitter and sort this out. I'll do that now so I can welcome all the Twitter massive. We normally have more people watching from Twitter.
I tell you what, though, Granit Xhaka does not get a rest, does he?
No, he hasn't, which is good for the likes of Tom Aston and all of those who are blowing him up every day on the forum.
It's not.
It's good for them because they get to see him play.
As anybody else. He needs a rest as good as anybody else.
You know, it's funny you say that because Jesus was doing a conference yesterday and he said, look, we don't need a rest. We can play 60, 70 games. I think that's tough talk. I think that's big man talk because the reality is the team have been flapping over the last few games. And even if it's not the physical, it's the mental. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whether you're telling me you're not tired in your body, but you must be tired in your mind because those last 2 performances have been a major drop off.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know they've been looking at their XGs and the analytics in terms of how much you've run per half, and
Yeah,
we're running less in the second half in our last 3 games than we were in the first half, taking less shots and making less sprints. So that just tells you that the legs, the stamina is struggling. That's all that tells you. Right, let me put live and then that's it. 5:45. Okay, so sorry for the distraction, guys. So I just want to invite the Twitter bunch so that they don't feel like they're left out. As I said, we normally get double the amount of Twitter watchers than we do on YouTube and Facebook. So it feels a shame to actually leave them out. So, guys, me and Tony are we're probably on the same time at the moment, which is about 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
yeah. About
Ramsdale's
5 seconds behind you.
Yeah, Ramsdale's made a good collection. And just tell me how you guys are getting on and what are you up to at the moment. Let's see now.
So what I can see is PSV are moving the ball very quickly. They've realised that they need to move the ball a lot quicker, a lot more first touch football, creating triangles to try and break the press of Arsenal. That's a very good tactic on their part. And obviously, you know, when you play a team very quickly, that, you know, in that short period of time, you expect the manager to make some kind of adjustment to counter what he saw in the first fixture.
Yeah. So we've got here. Yeah, it looks really weird with the white shorts. I'm not sure why they're not wearing black shorts. Well, obviously the PSV are wearing dark shorts.
They're black. They're black shorts.
Yeah. So it just doesn't look like it bothers me anyway. I mean, you can't get confused with a black top and a red top.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, I think it might even have been Saturday against Southampton. We wore the same colour shorts as them because they wear black shorts as well. In fact, their colours are exactly the same. Black shorts with a red and white top.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And on Saturday or Sunday, we wore black and black. Good move. Good build-up play from Arsenal. Edge of the arm. PSV box. Worked out to Kieran Tierney. Nice ball in. Into Odegaard.
Oh, thought that was going to be a quick chance there.
That was good.
Let me change this banner as well.
We're still on the attack. Back down to Martinelli on the left. He comes inside to... Oh, that's a nice ball from Xhaka. Just evades Martinelli. And the Conga strong, but PSV hold on.
Yeah, we got that
away.
We got that pretty much covered. So, how was your day at work, Tony? Oh, you on half term?
I am on half term, bro.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you're not one of them schools that they actually rest they tell the teachers to come in.
No. What they normally have is like camps, but they're run by third-party agencies.
Excellent, guys. First bit of nice play we saw around the PSV era from Arsenal there. Some nice little touches, nice little moves, couple of overlaps for Arsenal to settle into the game. Always important, guys, because remember, 3 of our last 4 games have been away from home. And the last 2 games, which everybody was complaining about because of lack of goals against Leeds and Southampton, were both away games. One thing a few of the guys we were talking about in the last stream, and a few of the guys are saying Arsenal don't score enough goals. But Arsenal actually have 25 goals in the league. The only team that scored more goals than us is Man City. I think what we're saying is we could score a lot more than what we're scoring, rather than we can score enough goals. Hold on, guys.
Arsenal building from the back. PSV look to have taken on a little bit of the Arsenal way in terms of they've got a fairly high press. They're trying to make it difficult for Arsenal to come out and play our usual move the ball quickly, football, finding the spaces. We've so far not been able to find anyone in a really dangerous area where they can operate and do something really telling. I think this game is going to be one where Gabriel Martinelli needs to come to the fore. Be nice to see Odegaard creating more.
Yeah, and I think that they'll probably share the load, won't they? I mean,
yeah,
it's unfair when you've got such a busy schedule to let everybody play 90 minutes unless you know that person isn't going to start on a Sunday.
Yeah. For me, I keep seeing Eddie dropping deep. Seems like a ploy, but it kind of seems to me that if you put Eddie in that position, you haven't got the overload at the top end. So it kind of makes it easy for PSV. Long ball from Ramsdale looking for, is that Tierney? Yeah, Tierney is very high up the pitch.
Yeah, he is. I don't know why that's happening. Here comes PSG, guys. PSG with a low shot, and it's saved by Ramsdale. It didn't look like it was that much of a problem. The shot was from 30 yards out. It was low. Yeah, I think Ramsdale was actually at full stretch, so it actually was a good shot and a good save.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, very good save. He looks a good player, that kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, a lot of the offensive work falls on him and Gakpo for PSV.
Simons, I think his name is.
That's right. Yeah.
Corner to PSG. The ball's hit. Elvis deflected. I think the keeper's going to get it. Yep, that's keepers. So I haven't even eaten any food today, so I'm just doing a quick croissant before I get in.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do some tilapia fish today and some vegetables.
Okay, so Vieira on the ball in the left-hand wing. Switches play to Martinelli nicely. Martinelli into the box, but doesn't find a player.
Yeah, I think that's a bit wasteful on the left-hand side there. Let's have a look.
Nice turn from Vieira. Moving inside. He done all the hard work, all the good work. He made a lovely turn, created a lot of space, went past 3 players, and then the ball finally into what should have been Xhaka or Martinelli was neither betwixt them or between.
Well, I haven't even said hello to the guys in the chat. G, what's going on? It says White is very injury resistant. Yeah, don't say that. I said that about Danny Welbeck before he came to Arsenal. Look what happened to him. So why does he take him out on early? Well, he needed a rest, G. Everyone else has literally had a rest in that backline rotation except for Ben White. So I think it's right that you don't play him in this game. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, that's a foul.
Remember, he was substituted off the other day as well. So Mikel took him off. It must have been a reason. So I can only assume there could be some signs of minor injury that makes him play cautiously.
So the 2 captains coming together there, Cody Gakpo and Odegaard. Foul on Odegaard. Oh.
Cam, good to see you, mate. Says the good thing is starting with a medium strong team is that you take the lead. You can rest your first teamers by making substitutions, especially with the 5 substitution rule. Agreed. 18, what's going on with you, bro?
Oh, that was decent play by PSV. Oh, nice. One-touch football. No, that was
I think they've just brought down Sambi.
That was a bad ball by Odegaard. He played Sambi into where he's surrounded by 3 players.
Yeah.
That was a good move from PSV. Just Arsenal got away with a last gasp tackle or miss shot, in fact.
It's a good start, guys. Arsenal 69% possession away from home. But,
but
they're losing
that's
balls
not
in the
what's
midfield.
happening. The game is open. Both
Yeah.
teams have attacked equally.
Yeah.
PSV are as attacking as Arsenal are. They look dangerous. They're playing really good football, PSV.
Yeah, if we can just tidy up our possession in the midfield. Saliba looks like he's got that one covered. Oh, Saliba goes to... Oh, no, that's not Saliba, that's Vieira. That's easy for Ramsdale. I love this. Tony's watching on the big screen, and I'm watching on my tiny little 6-inch phone. And sometimes I call a player out, and Tony's like, "Nah, that's not who he is. He's somebody else." So I have to look. And there's no way I'm watching the stream at the moment with a magnifying glass. I'm not doing that, lads. I might move. I might get my 14-inch monitor and do some of the games. I can't do BT Sport on it, but I might put IPTV on it.
Yeah.
On my big Samsung tablet.
It's definitely worth thinking about, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Ooh, it's a cheeky little ball that's played in there. That's not bad. Played into Eddie there from Vieira. But then Arsenal work it back into the midfield again. You can see Arsenal just need to neaten it up a little bit. It's just a little bit sloppy, that's all. Just a little bit sloppy. But you like the fact that you've come out away from home and you've got nearly 70% possession. You like that. Again, they work it to the right-hand side with Vieira again. Vieira looking for it opening up. He goes back into the middle to Sambi.
Someone's got to help Vieira down the right-hand side, because the way Tomiyasu is playing deep, it means that Vieira literally is on his own there.
But I say that every week, don't I, with Saka?
I know why Tomiyasu is playing deep, because he wants to cover Cody Gakpo. But it does kind of leave Vieira on an island on his own. And in this kind of situation, if you've got nice ball from Odegaard into Nketiah, back to Odegaard, probing around the outside of the PSV area. So far, Sambi's he's put every pass has hit his player. He's 100% on passes, very, very accurate. And then the ball breaks down when Odegaard Martinelli overshoots Tierney.
Yeah, Tierney didn't like that. Tierney didn't like that late tackle just there. He turned around and looked at the player and said, "You can't do that, mate." So far, Simons have come close with Ramsdale making a nice save. Lovely pass from Odegaard there that cuts out much of the PSV. Into Nketiah, but
yeah, I mean, for all that possession that we've talked about, we haven't had a shot yet.
Yeah,
so it's ineffective possession if you just pass it without getting anything on goal. You know, we're 15 minutes in and we haven't had a shot on goal yet. So
yeah,
as nice as this is, you know, I know. Tomiyasu, why? Literally just turn out.
Yeah, so Saliba didn't have nowhere to go with that ball on his side. It was starting, and the passing is just really sloppy. It's either overhit or not hit accurately. And Arsenal, every time they bring the ball past the midfield, they're just really struggling to make something of it.
No, well, that time Eddie lost the ball. Poor control by Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ball went straight to his feet, but he miscontrolled it. He gave it away. He's got to do better. And I was going to say, I noticed a couple of times where he's come deep to receive the ball, touches let him down. So, and I know he's got a good touch. So, you know, he needs to buck up a little bit.
Yeah.
But we need to do something to create more than just Eddie as an option, because at the moment there's nothing up top. There's nothing, literally. You know, if we've got stuff, then someone is going to create it themselves.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to see Martinelli have a good game today. I think he was a bit...
Okay, here we go. There's our first shot.
Yeah, that's
Looks
first
off
shot's
the...
just gone in. Good evening, Gary. Gary's probably at work. Hope you're doing okay, Gary. G saying Eindhoven have been watching Leeds and Southampton. Same high intensity on display here. A good test for the lads tonight. Fair point. Fair point.
So one shot blocked. Corner to Arsenal. Probably Martinelli taking it. He normally takes them.
Oh,
corner comes in. Goalkeeper flaps, but he gets his hands to it. Oh, nutmeg. Sambi Lokonga just got nutmegged.
Yeah, just saw that.
And the ball comes. PSV playing very tentatively, but keeping the ball.
It's because Arsenal's in the press, mate. Arsenal's in the press. Yeah, Gary said just finish. Cam says nice start from Fabio. Too much involved. Gary says, how are you guys? We're doing all right, you know. Tony's sort of, I can't say Tony's just finished work. Tony's chilling. I just finished work. Through ball here being played. It's a one-on-one chance. And it's a goal. Oh, my God. It's Cody Gakpo. Oh, is he offside?
Yeah,
he's
offside.
Yeah, he looks offside, guys. That was a great finish by Gakpo, but he's offside. The play again. I'm seeing it. Yeah, he's off. He's off.
He's way off.
He's off. Tony must have knew that then because he didn't say anything when I shouted goal. It was a good through ball. Just didn't get it on time.
Yeah, no. He never really was ever in an onside position. He was always ahead of the
finish,
play.
Though.
Yeah, great finish.
This playing game.
I mean, let's be honest, guys. Cody Gakpo has been constantly linked with Arsenal the last 2 seasons. That's what we got to look forward to if we do make a move for him.
He did say that he'd like to go to Man United.
Oh, God. Sambi turned out of a great challenge on himself, but then let himself down with a pass. That was his first misplaced pass, though, so... Go on, Eddie. Go on, Eddie. And now Martinelli. Out wide. Ready to attack his man. There's not enough movement in the box. Literally, PSV have got 4 players in the box. And Eddie is on an island on his own. Literally. There's no way he's going to get something if he's on his own with 4 players surrounding him.
Yeah, it's one of those things that what's the strength of the team? The strength of the team is when Martinelli and Saka are bringing the ball, dribbling into the box, using their talent. At the moment, Martinelli's been very quiet. Most of the players coming down the right. You can actually see now that Tomiyasu has moved up with Vieira on that right-hand side to provide support. So we're getting a good little interchange now. Oh, that was close. Vieira brings the ball into Nketiah. Nketiah flicks it first time. You can see here the replay again. Ball coming in. Eddie tries to backheel it. It does look like it's close, and the goalkeeper does maybe get something on it.
Yeah, I think it's a shot on target.
Corner.
Yeah. So that's our first shot on target. I mean, it's crumbs because how he gets that on target from where he is.
Yeah, and the defender was right on him.
Yeah, it's amazing. So Arsenal corner.
And we saw him score 2 goals last season like that with a back heel.
So 18.
Right. Corner to Arsenal. That one looks like it's wasted. Tomiyasu. Yeah, that one's wasted. I'll have to see a replay on that. But yeah, here's the replay. Oh, Tomiyasu was right. It came off them. That should have been an Arsenal corner again. Okay, just saw the replay. Right, so I'm on 21 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah, what it is on this BT app on your phone, it's got the 10 seconds forward and 10 seconds back.
Okay.
So I pressed the 10 seconds forward, so it has jumped forward about 5 seconds or so. Because normally the stream, I always end up falling behind you guys. Arsenal stepping up the pace, though, guys. Another warning. But then Arsenal's had the warning against them as well when Gakpo was played through. So
yeah, it's very even Stevens game.
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest, don't forget Arsenal only need a draw to top the group.
Agreed.
Not that we're playing for a draw, but it is a kind of mentality that, you know what, so long as you don't lose. And Ketia fouled in the middle.
And we are the undraw specialists, Tony. Last game against Southampton was the first game we'd drawn in 27 games in all competitions. That's insane.
Tried a bit too much there, Rob Holding. Let's find some people. It seems very congested in places. Okay. Tierney rampaging down the wing, crosses it in, misses everybody. Recovered by Sambi.
It's a good ball into Martinelli. Martinelli's got to do something today, and he's just won Arsenal a corner. Yeah, guys, Tony's right. The white shorts don't go with this top, man. The white shorts don't go with this top. You could have done something else there, man. The white shorts don't go with that top.
It's hard to think of anything else, though.
I'm thinking. I'm actually sitting there thinking what would go well with them. And the corner goes straight into the goalkeeper's hands. I'm thinking what would go well with that. That's a tough one. Yeah, I guess that is a tough one. Because the pink top has blue shorts. The Dutch team and the fans are all clapping after 24 minutes. I don't know what that's all about. It must be some tradition they have in the stadium. A little bit like what we do with Rocky Rockcastle at the Emirates.
One of their supporters who sadly passed away in a road accident yesterday evening.
You can just hear your television in the back as well. Can you hear mine, Tony? I try to turn mine down as much as I can.
Yeah, no, you know what? I turned mine on to listen to why they're clapping. One of the PSV fans died yesterday evening in a road traffic accident.
Oh shit! Oh wow!
PSV on the attack, four against four, but they overplay it and it goes out for an Arsenal throw-in.
So while the fans are clapping, you can see a banner, a big massive banner with the guys facing and fireworks going on outside the stadium. So this guy must have been,
He must have been a very big fan because obviously that's quite a big celebration for a guy who died yesterday.
Yeah.
Arsenal win a throw-in. That's some extra motivation for the team, hopefully. I mean, when you hear your team giving it like that can stir an emotion in the players on the pitch. They don't want to lose for their fans who are so emotional. Almost feels like Arsenal are playing a very calculated game. Oh, poor pass from Odegaard.
Cam says, Gary says Cam never worked hard on those buses. Cam says nothing like that happened when Claude from AFTV died at the Emirates. 18 says that's because he moaned for years about the club.
Yeah, he probably wasn't the biggest of. Here we go. Arsenal overload the left hand side. Tierney in. Oh, just over Eddie's head. Just over Eddie's head.
It was a bit outside. If he had it more inside the 6-yard line, Eddie could have got. But it was played behind Eddie.
Yeah.
That's a great finish from Gakpo. They just played the Gakpo finish again. That's a great finish from him. But Arsenal finally starting to put their stamp on this game now, guys. The cross came from Martinelli on the left-hand side, and I have been saying that Martinelli's got to be the guy to get to turn the heat up in this game. You're looking for impact players in important games, and this is an important game. I know we're top of the group. I know we're what 4 or 5 points clear or something like that. And today the draw will eliminate. Look, Saliba's got to get rid of that, as he does. But Sambi can't hold on, and it's lost, and Arsenal win it back.
Good
it's so sloppy, man. It's so sloppy, guys. Arsenal.
It wasn't Sambi. It was Eddie. Oh, and Eddie again. Come on. It was Eddie who lost the ball the first time, and then it was Eddie again who kicks it out the touch.
Are you sure? It was very deep.
Definitely there. Eddie.
Yeah,
definitely
he's
Eddie.
really, really deep there.
Yeah, and he's doing that. But it's just not. It's not at the races today in terms of his touch. He's given the ball away several times today. He's got to sharpen up, Eddie. He really needs to sharpen up. I mean, obviously, you know what he's trying to do is replicate what Gabriel Jesus does, because Jesus can come deep and he receives the ball and then he turns and beats 2 players. And he's off.
But I mean, Eddie was doing that last season, wasn't he? You know, we know how much he helps the midfield out with his work rate. But I think he has tweaked some of his game. Yes, I agree. He has tweaked some of it. Did you see the interview with Gabriel Jesus yesterday?
No.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Okay.
He was just really saying that he's not worried about his goal drought, because when the goals come, it will come.
Yeah.
And then the question for us is, we still don't know what type of striker he is, because he's only started 24 games last season for Man City. So everyone's saying, is he a 10 goals? Is he a 15 goals? Is he 20? Is he a 25 goals? We don't know. What we do know is if he scores over 15 goals for us, that would be a good start to his first year as an Arsenal player. Anybody anyone in the fan base will accept a player who scores over 15 goals in a season, considering what we've been used to in the past. But, you know, for me, what will make us a title contender is if he's scoring over 20 goals. And I do believe he has that in him. Plenty. There's 11 games gone. There's still 27 games left to go. So there's plenty of football left to play, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Arsenal pressing PSV heavy here.
What could be interesting would be whether Gabriel Jesus gets picked for the World Cup, because obviously there's a lot of competition for places on that Brazil team.
But I'll tell you who's not going to get picked, and that's Richarlison. He ain't scored in the league since he joined.
Yeah,
Spurs.
But they might look at him and say, well, he's a bigger player in terms of like size. I mean, for me, I look at the last striker options and think, you know, it could be between Richarlison and Gabriel Jesus. And obviously Jesus hasn't scored in 5 games. So you have to look at that and think, well, that's got to be playing on the manager's mind for Brazil.
Yeah. So Richarlison has scored 2 goals in Europe in 5 games. And in 11 games, he scored none for Spurs in the league.
Yeah, but most of those have been off the bench.
Oh, yeah. It does tell you, though, his minutes per goal, and his minutes per goal, even included in Europe, is 348 minutes per goal. So that's not good, Tony.
Oh, what was that? What's that? Is that Tierney driving into the midfield and then losing the ball with a really bad pass? Odegaard gets it back. Oh, there's no way that's a foul. What was that? Offside?
Yeah, it's offsides against Xavi.
I was going to say, I thought he blew up for a foul. It's like, there's no way that's what. Barely looks offside. Barely. To be honest, we had the advantage. Xavi Simons.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a real shame that we're not seeing Marquinhos. Hopefully, we will see Marquinhos today. He didn't play well in his last 2 games, but
yeah,
you're not going to improve at that age unless you have playing time.
But you could say that about Reece Nelson as well.
No, I was just about to say Reece Nelson
in his last game. But you know, I did hear an interview with Arteta saying he thinks Reece Nelson is about to do something great. But I'm like, well, if you think that, why aren't you playing him in this game?
Well, I cast your mind back to when he first took over Arsenal, and I talked about how...
Oh, that's a terrible ball.
I talked about Xhaka hasn't even had a touch in this game. I talked about Reece Nelson when I talked about the development of Raheem Sterling, Leroy Sané, Kevin De Bruyne, and all them guys that Arteta was coaching. And Reece Nelson was the guy who Arteta first talked about. You can see Arsenal here. That's a shot is blocked. The shot's blocked. They maintain possession. Vieira still in possession here. Out to Tomiyasu, back in the middle to Sambi. Out on the left now to Martinelli. Yeah, so Reece Nelson was one of the first names that Arteta brought up, but he's just not getting anything out of him at the moment. Back in the middle. Giving the ball away there. Is that Vieira that's giving away a sloppy ball there? It's so congested. PSG are doing a great job in clogging up the middle.
Keep saying PSG.
PSV, sorry guys, is doing a great job clogging the passing lanes up in the middle, and Arsenal just still being a little bit sloppy. They're having a lot of possession, but they just can't get nothing out of the game. They're not creating anything. But it's still 0-0. So at this score, this would be enough to see Arsenal top the group. And then what you're likely to see against Zurich, which are the whipping boys at the bottom of the league, is you're likely to see Arsenal play a proper reserve team with no starters, because we have Chelsea after we play Zurich. So everybody will be rested in that game. Let me just check. Is that game at the Emirates?
Should be.
Yeah, it's at the Emirates. Yeah. So that would be next Thursday. So everybody would be rested if we get a result today.
That's what you want.
So so far so good. So far so good.
There's just something not quite happening about the midfield. I'm trying to put my finger on it, what it is, but it's just not creating anything.
Harry says, also got to remember with that pest Richarlison, when he was the main man at Everton, it wasn't great. The most he scored in a season was probably 9 or something like that. I know Calvert-Lewin was 11 goals. So Calvert-Lewin always scored more goals than he did. That's a good take there and good communication by Tomiyasu and Ramsdale. Yeah. Long ball over. No, it's too long. Yeah, so Calvert-Lewin always outscored Richarlison at Everton, and they only had sort of 9 or 10 or 11 goals between them. G Saint Apollo, can you still get Jamaican tops? They're not on sale and they're done, mate. You can, if you go to, I saw a couple of them on eBay, but you're talking 90, 100 quid.
It depends what size, Greg, because if you go on Arsenal's website, I know my cousin bought a large last week. If you can't get them, get in contact with me. I have a source.
Yeah, my source has dried up, which is Tony Lee, who's in our forum.
Oh, yeah, foul on Saliba.
Yeah, you can see there. And I think the last time I saw some of the Jamaican tops, they were selling the long sleeve ones.
I'm actually trying to get the short sleeve, the no sleeve one, the sleeveless.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that's a rarity. I'm trying to see if my guy can get it. Because obviously nobody has seen much of that.
Ooh.
I have seen.
Oh, go on! He's blown it. That was Martinelli. Oh, so Martinelli, guys. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of this comment. So Martinelli, the ball comes to him. He's onside. He chests it, but the actual shot. So he's got it on his chest first to control it.
Yeah.
Then he gets the shot, and he blasts it way over the bar. Just not what we need, mate. Not what we need. You'd expect a player of his quality to get that on target.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was a golden opportunity to put Arsenal up 1-0.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been our best opportunity of the game so far. Poor finishing there. You really should have got that down.
Sorry, back to G. He says, this is where we are missing the signings of Tielemans and Zaha. Oh, come on,
I seriously don't rate Tielemans as being an asset for this team.
I definitely do. Especially
so?
if you can get him on a free. He's coming. Don't worry. He's coming to Arsenal.
I don't see why.
Yeah,
I really don't.
He'll come to Arsenal next summer on a free.
Bro, I mean, is he put the tools down for Leicester at the moment?
Well,
if you want to get a contract at Arsenal, you better
judge him on what he's done in the past, because
you can't judge players on their past, bro. Seriously.
Look, Tony, no, you can't do that. He's playing on one of the worst teams in the league, and he's got.
But he's one of them. He's one of them worst players in the.
He didn't start in the first 5 games, mate.
Sorry?
He didn't start in the first 4 or 5 games.
They played over 10 games, bro.
No, the team has, but I'm saying that they benched him because of all this stuff that was going on with Arsenal in August. So they didn't start him for the first lot of games. But he scored a cracking goal last week, man. Brilliant goal.
Yeah, he scored one good goal. But you got to look at this and go, where does he upgrade the team? Where? What position? Oh, come on.
I think if you read this post, they're saying if Arteta isn't going to give any chance to Nelson, then why not sign a proven attacker like Zaha, who's extremely capable of breaking low block teams with his dribbling and physical presence?
Yeah, I mean, Zaha makes absolute sense. But Tielemans, to me, what have you done? You've updated on El Neni.
Wasn't last week you just saying that we were lacking options at the 8?
Yeah, but we do. But I don't think Tielemans
is
that option. I really don't. He ain't doing it for me. If you had turned to me and you had said James Maddison, I'd have gone, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about 80 million with James Maddison, aren't you, though?
Yeah, but he's a better player, bro. And we ain't in the business of just hoarding mediocre players.
Well, we got a starting 11, so we're in the business of looking. You know, the conversation last week was that we ain't got much of a squad. We kind of have, because like I said, when El Nene comes back, that's cover for Partey. When Smith Rowe comes back, you can start Smith Rowe in the 8, let alone having him off the bench.
All you have to do to see that we ain't got a squad is look at our bench today.
Well, yeah, that's what again, the point is El Nene and Smith Rowe will
help.
Point
proven. You can have 11 players on the bench. We haven't got 11 players.
That's well cut out there from Rob Holden. Cam says, yes, we don't have many options. Also, our passing game has gone has gone likely due to heavy fixture. Yeah, I mean...
Go on, Eddie. Oh, that's a foul. I can't believe that.
Yeah, this heavy fixture thing, I'm not really sure of. Gary's saying saw a Jamaican top in Sports Direct the other week. Wow, mate, they're gold dust. Check on eBay. They're going for £100. You could have made yourself a ton there, Gary.
Well, they cost £90 anyway.
On the website, they're 55 quid, aren't they? From what I was aware of, unless something has changed.
No, I think they're 90 quid on the Arsenal
no.
website.
Oh no, PSV's just scored, guys. Simmons.
Yeah. Poor defending. Defending.
Yeah.
You know, we had 3 players trying to defend him. None of them actually took the ball.
It's funny, isn't it? When you look at the chance that Martinelli just had a couple of minutes ago, and you know what? Simmons has been balling up. He's been balling today. He's been playing really well.
Yeah, as I said, they're emotionally charged as well. If I'm not mistaken, based on what we saw in the 20th minute when the fans started chanting for that young lad.
Our defense, our centre backs didn't have a clue what was going on there. You can see he gets the ball, he picks up, he goes past Holden. Saliba dilly-dallies around with him. He comes out of the Saliba challenge and then goes past Ramsdale on his right foot. It's really, really messy. We do a dog's dinner and trying to get rid of that for the defence.
Mm.
But, you know, credit to the player for good footwork. He had the footwork, our players didn't. It's 1-0 PSV, guys.
Maybe he's using Gabriel Jesus' celebration to tell us that he wants to come to London.
Hey, he's a good player. I'd take him. As a wide player option, I would take him.
There's a goal check going on. I don't know what that's about. Do you know what that is? Goal check?
Oh, the VAR. So someone's offside. Yeah. So it looks like 2 people are offside.
Been chalked off. No goal.
Both of them are offside.
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah,
both of them are in an offside position. I think that's going to get chalked off.
Yeah, it's off. It's off.
Okay.
No goal. Got away with one.
Wow.
Got away with one there.
And I see a couple of you lot were ready to jump on Saliba's back there in the chat.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can still jump on a player for a defensive error, even if it's chalked off for offside, because it's a bit like the Gabriel incident where he fouls who was it? The Leeds player, and you're thinking, why does he do that? Now, yes, it gets chalked off for the initial foul by Bamford, but he reacts in a way which you cannot excuse.
Yeah.
PSV playing good football. Offside again, surely.
So, guys, I gotta admit, it was quite a brilliant goal. It really was. But it's the second time that they've scored and it's been offside. PSG, you can see here, 2 players were actually offside. So it's the second time the ball's gone into the back of the net by the same player. No, actually, no, because it was Gakpo the first time. But it's gone. It's double warning sign there for Arsenal. And it's we're 1 minute into injury time now. So Arteta, this has been the best time for him to come in and try and settle the troops.
We just aren't playing good football at the moment.
Oh, the God! Oh, you got to do better than that, mate. That's a chance. You got to put it down to a chance. Xhaka, and then Odegaard had a chance, but he hits it straight at the goalkeeper.
At least it's on target.
Straight at the goalkeeper.
At least it's on target. What's going on with the light?
I don't know. I need to see a replay of that. Right, okay, so they're saying it's half time. And so, Xavi is complaining to the goalkeeper. Gakpo's just gone straight in. G's saying, what the F is that defending?
Yeah, it is. It's woeful defending.
So some superb play from Arsenal there, trying to snatch a goal before half-time. Odegaard lets it go with a thumping left foot effort, but Benitez pushes it away because it's aimed directly at him. But overall, guys, everyone can breathe now because that was I can't say that was a boring game. It was quite an entertaining game, to be honest. It was a good end and a half. PSV's had the ball into the net twice, both of them offside. And Arsenal really, really not doing nothing with the chances that they've created. A couple of shots on target where you felt that they could have done better. Odegaard nearly scoring and putting them 1-0 up there just before half-time. Martinelli with a great chance and just woofs it from what, 7-8 yards out. He chests it. He's got all the time in the world, and then he just fluffs it over the bar. In the meantime, let me just have a look at some of the other games. I think goals are flying in elsewhere. Let me just check this, guys. Scores on the doors in the other game. Oh, right. Zurich and Glenn. To be honest, that game doesn't even bother us, guys. We don't even care about that because two top team is PSV and Arsenal. So that ain't even doing nothing for us right now. Let me go to the table. If I can just go to the table. Oh, here we go. Right, let me see if I can get some more out of that to the table. I'm just glad that it is absolutely still 0-0 because it wasn't great. It wasn't great as it stands. Look at the tables. Tables. Why is it doing that? There we go. West Ham are still topping their group. What's going on, Alex, man? How you doing, bro? Hope everything is going really well. And I hope you're doing okay. A lot of things going on in the Arsenal community at the moment, Alex. A couple of people are talking about some YouTube channels that are now closing down. I know Igel's made a message on his one saying that that's it for his channel, although I think he's going to be going through some kind of rebranding after he deals with whatever he needs to deal with. But it seems like me and you are still standing the test of time, my dear friend Alex. So I hope you're doing well, my friend. It's been slow for me this season. I've got to say, I think I've jumped up about 400 subscribers. But as all of you guys are well aware, last year I was out for 7-8 months because of COVID. And those guys were stepping in while I was away for all the game stuff. But I didn't have any of the smaller videos. So, so my channel really suffered a little bit. But Alex, your channel's flying, mate. So you're doing well, Alex. Alex says, "Cutest boy, what's going on? What's happening?"
All good, bro. All good.
Excellent.
So yeah, I've got some stats from who scored about what's going on in the game. Obviously, sometimes stats can be a little bit deceiving in what we see of the game with our open eye. But interestingly, PSV have only had 2 shots and Arsenal have had 8. Arsenal have had 2 shots on target. PSV have had 1. Arsenal have had 68% possession.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's
a
lot.
Can you see where the frustration is now? So at the end of the half, I did say to you, it looks like we actually, on paper, played well. But we just haven't taken our chances. A couple of the shots have gone straight at the goalkeeper. Martinelli fluffed these lines. I mean, there's definitely goals in this game, guys. There's definitely goals in this game. As G is saying now, 2 marginal offside decisions following 2 quality and probably deserved finishes. Arsenal need to wake up and get the job done. It's still a very balanced game, regardless the fact that it is where we are at the moment, guys. Welcome to everybody who's joining us. We've got 10 people on YouTube, 12 people on Facebook, and again, 47 people on Twitter. So yeah, it's really good to see you guys here. Everybody's joining us late because look, it's 6:30. Normally we'd be putting the dinner on now. And because we're coming home from work, we'd be putting on the dinner, chilling. So, guys, what's your thoughts of the first half? And also, what are you up to this weekend? Halloween. I hope you guys have got somewhere exciting to go to and dress up and all kind of madness. I've got my Star Wars and Star Trek clothing upstairs, ready to fling on anytime I want to get out there and enjoy this weekend, even though some people now just don't really want to celebrate it because money's tight for everybody at the moment. G saying Odegaard, Xhaka, Lokonga are struggling with no space. Yeah, I was mentioning we're not seeing too much of Sambi. We're seeing nothing of Xhaka. Xhaka was involved, though, in that last attempt from Odegaard, which was in the box. But outside of that, I don't think I've called Xhaka's name once this half. It says that we are losing a lot of balls in those central areas. Lucky to, again, look at what happens without Thomas Partey. No transitional play. Nothing. We've got no transitional play from defense to attack. Completely missing.
Yeah.
So tactical tweaks need to be made here. I think those tactical tweaks you're talking about is probably going to be substitutions in that region where he's going to do what he did last week. Remember, Partey came on last week. Me and Tony looked at each other and was just like, why?
It was so different. So different.
Let me just check quickly here. Hein, Ben White, Cedric, Suarez has not even played 1 minute this season. Why hasn't Suarez even played? This is bonkers.
Yeah.
Gabriel, Thomas Partey, Smith, Serjan, Abraham, Nelson, Saka, and Jesus. So you're definitely going to see some subs come on, and we'll probably finish the game stronger because of it. But so I wouldn't worry about it now. We're just lucky that we got away with those 2 offsides. Sorry,
you've got to worry. I mean, the reason I'd say that we've got to worry is the writing has been on the wall twice. We've luckily got away with 2 gilt edge opportunities for PSV. Not to say that we haven't been clinical with our own chances, because we've had a couple of chances where we should have scored. But, you know, the writing is on the wall. We cannot be lackadaisical in our defending. Something needs to change. Something needs to check, defensively, because we need to stop these opportunities coming up.
Leander says, are we at our actual level or are we in third gear for some odd reason? Well, no, I think we're at a level at the moment for various reasons. One, because we're dominating possession, we're dominating the shots, we're having the chances. 2, this is our 4th away game in the last 6 matches, so we've been playing away quite a lot lately. That takes the advantage to the home team, because the home team's coming out now and being more energetic. We've seen that with Leeds. We've seen it with Southampton. We're seeing it here again tonight. The other thing is, as I said, it's just about the rotation that we're playing. And I've made this point many times before. When Chelsea, Man United, Spurs, Liverpool, and Man City are playing in Europe, they're playing their starters. So those guys are playing essentially.
It's not the same.
We are making more changes and rotations than all of those other teams.
It's not the same, Apollo.
Whether it is or isn't, Tony, the facts are that we're making 6 or 7 changes every single game.
And so are they. And so are they.
So I think that we're not as jaded.
Look at Liverpool yesterday.
Yeah, I know, but they haven't been. Yeah, I agree with yesterday, but they ain't been doing that all season, though, mate.
But this is my point, Apollo. You're missing that when Man City changed their players, you don't even notice it, because you don't recognise the second team player that comes in for the first team player was already a first team player before the second team player took his place. It's as simple as saying, when Bernardo Silva steps off the pitch and sits on the bench, because Mahrez is playing, you don't notice the difference. So you don't recognise that he's swapping and changing Silva and Mahrez regular.
I think the difference there is, Tony, they've had years to develop those squads, and
exactly.
We're just not there yet.
Yeah,
Alex says
way away from that.
Alex says we are still here, brother Apollo. We now have a great group of contributors sharing the load now with Thursday and Sunday live segments without me hosting. That's good, mate. That's really good. Unfortunately, the thing is with me, I mean, Tony helps out a lot, which is really great. But remember, I have another channel which does the TV, the movies, and all that stuff. So that takes up a lot of my time. So I've just done Black Adam movie review, the Woman King, and things like that. That stuff takes like 3 or 4 hours to do. So it takes up a lot of my spare time. So I wish I could do more, but sometimes you just can't. But it's good. It's good.
And don't forget, I've got my boxing channel, the Undefeated podcast.
Yeah.
So you know, there's my Tuesday night 8 o'clock show, which I do on boxing. You know, I sometimes get involved with, like I did with yourself, Alex. I've got a Sunday show which I sometimes get involved with for boxing. So yeah, it's busy times for us guys who are content creators.
And boxing's going mad. We've actually done a couple of games on this channel live, but the thing is, Tony's normally at the events as well, so it's hard to do. Alex says the defense getting caught square too many times. Randall, good to see you. Randall says, forgot about Suarez. Big up, everybody. 18 says, but Tony, credit to the defense.
I said you say that.
No, that's a good point, because they played the offside trap and it worked.
Yeah,
and there was 2 people that got caught offside. So there is a bit of that, but back to Simmons' goal. That I think that's what me and Tony are alluding to. Playing the offside trap is brilliant, fantastic, but you picking up players coming into the box and running in beyond that needs work. What Simmons was doing, partying around our players there in the box, that you shouldn't do that. You should put in your jewels, get rid of the ball, and make solid tackles as well. Lander says, good point on playing away frequently. It will level out. I agree. Wakanda forever. Yeah. I have to say to you, today I had my screener in Hammersmith to do at Disney's office. I didn't go because I don't really like going to do Marvel screeners. I think the last Marvel screener I did was Doctor Strange, and I hate it because when I go to Marvel screeners I'm on the Writers Guild as a critic, we only see about 45% of the movie, and then we don't really get much in terms of, we got to hand our phones in before we go in, and you don't get much refreshments and things like that. Now, when I go to Warner Brothers and watch DC movies now, we get cider, get hot dog, we see the whole film. So and plus Watford's just around the corner from me as I'm in Boreham Wood. So I don't tend to do screeners that much anymore for Disney stuff or Marvel. I just don't enjoy it. But the critics would have seen the film today. It's not officially out until next month, in a couple of weeks. But most of my friends who are writers went to see the film today and sent me an emoji. We always ask each other to send us spoiler-free emojis. So, and I got a lot of positive vibes from my mates who went today. Good point, Tony. There's almost no drop in performance. But yeah, I mean, but as I said, man, when you spent $1 billion on players and you've had years to develop it, they've won 4 out of the last Premiership titles. We're not in that class yet, so I think we can agree. Yeah. Leander says we are 3 windows away from what Tony is saying. I like the way he spelt Tony, as in James Tony, and if you guys know what I'm talking about,
or Ivan Tony.
Oh, but yeah.
I would love Ivan Tony at Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. It might be coming true. I'm not sure. I don't know what his value is in the market. He's definitely worth more than 50 million. Jay Lewis, nice one. Jay says, I'll be honest, I'll back him all the way whilst he's at our club. I really hope he proves me wrong, but I don't see anything special about Lokonga. Yeah, I think you will see something special about him when he's playing as a number 8. At the moment now, I just think he's struggling a little bit. And what it is it's hard to ask anyone to do what Partey does. Yeah, I'm probably the worst person for that, because I always expect anyone that we have to do what Thomas Partey does, and I'm asking too much. Yeah, that's just how it is.
No, you're not. You're not
gonna get the same levels. I
don't think you're asking too much, though.
Listen, last week I said there's probably 2 or 3 players in the league that can do what this guy's doing. Yeah, and a few of them are playing for a title-winning team.
You have got to go and comb the globe, and you know what? You know my feelings are. Much though I totally agree with you, we have to secure the players that we need to secure. But I'm saying go out and get this kid. What's his name? Milinkovic-Savic.
Savic, yeah.
Yeah. Arsenal are doing a team huddle before they play the second half. So
Yeah, I just saw that.
There's clearly some instruction there that, you know what, we don't like the way things are going, guys. We need to change this as a team.
Yeah. And I expect it to change early, guys, mid 60 minutes.
Yeah.
I expect it to change early. Alex says, yeah, but it's not all about podcasting. Got family. Yeah, exactly. And that's me, bro. That's me, bro. Leander says, how many parties are actually out there? Exactly. That's my whole point. I mean, could you imagine now if a team wanted to come in and buy Party now? That's bare money. And I know his injury record is what it is, but the difference between a Thomas Partey playing for Man City and a Thomas Partey playing for Arsenal, tell me something.
Martinelli.
How many games is an early chance there for Arsenal? It's just gone over the bar. There's a difference between Thomas Partey playing
for Man City. Isn't it?
It is. It's a corner.
Yeah.
And Thomas Partey playing for Arsenal. Arsenal play him every single game because we got no other options.
Yeah.
Ask any Man City fan, how many games has Calvin Phillips started for Man City this season? You tell me. None.
And you think the funny thing is, you look at Man City, they play games where they drop Kevin De Bruyne. You wouldn't notice it.
Yeah. You know, imagine that you've got Yves Bissouma and Calvin Phillips, two top dog central midfielders in this league. How many games have they started between them this season? Bissouma started the other day. Oh!
Nice move.
Yeah, Nketiah.
Oh,
yeah, Nketiah went wide.
Unlucky. Good shot, Eddie. Unlucky.
Yeah.
That's unlucky. That's a good move. Good move, Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's what we need. A nice early, bright start. That wasn't far.
Yeah, he wasn't far off there. Big chance there by Eddie. His first real chance of the game, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well worked move. I mean, it's interesting that with a game like this, where obviously we can make some changes that make this team better. You know, PSV are playing their best team. They know what this means.
Yeah, it's just patience, guys.
Again.
Like I said at the beginning of the stream, guys, once we get Saka, Partey, Jesus, once we get them players on the field, it's going to be a completely different game.
Different team, because
PSV's legs are going to go, and then Arsenal's just going to run ragged. G saying, wonder how long Arteta will resist before putting Partey in. It's the Lokonga effect. I predict the change in the 60th minute. Yeah, it is what it is. But then, guys, look, we have to rest our players. We have to work the rotation, and that's what we're doing. And it's not cost us. It hasn't cost us yet this season, guys. It's not cost us.
Yeah, we've not lost the game.
Key to our success. Yeah.
In fact, we've won every game, haven't we? So good play. Go on, Tierney.
Oh, that's. I want to see a replay of that. Tierney picks up the ball, guys, on the left. He cuts inside, and he has a shot. It just needed to dip underneath the bar a little bit more. But Arsenal coming out in the second half, guys, 2 quick shots on goal, both off target, but the warning signs for PSG are there.
Yeah,
and the question is have PSV, have their legs gone? Because Arsenal's just come out with intensity in the second half.
And that's what they needed. That's a good team talk at halftime, because something needed to change. And immediately, within a minute or two, we can see
PSG's got a chance there. That's a save by... Oh, God.
He's got to be offside.
No, he's onside.
No, he's got to be offside. Anyway. The original... I'm pretty certain the original move was offside anyway.
Yeah, it looked offside. It was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. That was Holding that looks like he stepped up there.
Yeah. You know what? Well done to the Arsenal back line. I must say, that back line is tight.
It was disciplined, yeah.
He's worked.
Yeah, it's discipline. The way they're stepping up.
Yeah.
It's a well-oiled, well-drilled machine there, man. I love when I see Saliba try to play the ball out of the back. He's just so. This guy's 21 years old, guys. Nothing seems to faze him. And while he hasn't played some real killer balls over into not David Luiz or Ben White type of football, he does have that in his locker. We just don't see him take that risk.
Yeah,
he does have it in his locker. I've seen him play some beautiful balls over into the attack.
So what I'm going to say, Apollo, give me your feedback. Pablo Vieira is too passive in this game.
Yeah, I always say with him, you're either going to get a middleweight performance or a bantamweight performance. And I thought he started the game really well as a middleweight, and as the rounds went on, he turned into a bantamweight.
Yeah,
and, at the moment, he's just missing.
He is.
Yeah,
Saka would just be so creative on that side right now.
Yeah, I agree. And again, I think that the difference is we know Martinelli. I don't think Martinelli's had a good game today. I didn't think he played well against Southampton either. But I think that with Saka and Martinelli, you just got two guys that runs at defenses, and defenses hate that. Yeah. And anytime those guys are on, anytime they're switched on, it's going to be hell for defenses. And I think that that's what's been missing over the last week. And whether that is due to the tiredness that we're talking about and fatigue, maybe. I can't answer that question. But it's definitely for lack of dribbles. We're just not seeing them at the moment for those wide positions. Here comes Arsenal again. Ball comes over and it's just wasted. It's just wasted.
What was that?
I don't know what was going on there.
What was Rob Holding thinking?
He was thinking Martinelli was going to run down that left, and Martinelli just stood up there.
He clearly was running into play.
Yeah.
And Kieran Tierney wasn't picking up that I'm leaving a gap for you to move into.
Okay, so that first touch isn't going to cost Saliba too much. Yeah, that's fine. Saliba puts it across goal. Also, both teams not really in well, PSV look like they're coming up to the press, but Ramsdale goes long. That's a foul to Arsenal. Come on, he's pushed him over. I don't understand why we don't go long to Tomiyasu for most of the time, because that's always been a weapon.
Yeah.
We're going long to Vieira. Why are we going long to Vieira? He's 5'8". He's a 5'8" bantamweight. Why are you doing that? I don't understand. In the first few games, we went long to Tomiyasu. It really beat the trap. It beat the press. And it just doesn't seem that we're doing that anymore. Free kick to Arsenal, guys.
Is that Tomiyasu on it?
Ball's played into the box.
See, I would have pushed the big boys. Oh, they were up there.
Yeah. I think we just have to be patient until these subs are made, because the subs are going to make a bigger impact than what we're seeing now. Picture switches to Jesus sitting on the bench. He knows he's going to come on in a minute.
Yeah.
And then it's the Guy Fawkes fireworks that is going to come on once these guys get on the pitch. And the game needs that. The game needs that. I reckon we'll see 10 more minutes of this. And then the 64th minute or 65th minute, we'll probably start to see some changes. So, guys, in the chat, let me know what your thoughts are on the game so far. And
just looking at the pass accuracy.
Oh, no. Ooh. Sorry, that was Gakpo again. First time Gakpo's had a sniff of the goal in this half, by the way.
And it looked like he just had
Simmons
like
again.
legs
Simmons
on.
doing all the work. Simmons just split the defense.
He looked like he rinsed Tomiyasu for fun.
Oh, it was close. It was close. It was a lot closer than I thought it was. Simmons was the guy.
Ooh.
Simmons plays a ball that just splits the defense completely.
Yeah.
Simmons takes out 3 defenders with that pass. Brilliant by Simmons. I think Simmons today.
Here comes Thomas.
Yeah, party's coming on. I think Simmons. It's a chance, and it's a goal. Yeah, it was coming. PSG 1-0. It was coming.
It certainly was.
It's Verman, and he's in acres of space there. It was coming, guys.
Yeah. We could see it. We could see it was coming.
It was always coming. Thomas Partey comes on now. Quite early, 55 minutes. So they do know that something's wrong.
Yeah, they know. He knew it at half time, and he said, I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to turn it round. And he made that decision before the goal went in. So he was clearly not happy with what he was seeing going on.
Yeah. Prince, big shout out to you, Prince. Prince says, good evening, Apollo. Great to G as well. From the comments in the box, it seems like things are not going well. Not watching because of work. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I mean, we just went a goal down just before Arteta wanted to change it.
And interestingly, the player who scores was supposed to be picked up by Lokonga.
Yeah.
Hope somebody's bear ended up on the pitch.
It's a good goal. It's been coming though. So Odegaard is off, guys, and Thomas Partey's on.
Really?
Yeah, he's resting his captain for the midweek game. Saka also is on for probably Vieira.
No, Lokonga.
Oh right, okay. So Odegaard and Lokonga off, and Saka and Partey on.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So yeah, it's
Gary saying it was Rob Holding's error.
I think the guy who scores, he was being marked by Lokonga, and Lokonga is caught napping. Listen, this kid Odegaard, if he's the captain of the team, he's supposed to last 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's just not.
I don't get it. Oh, foul! That's a yellow card. Yeah, yellow card for Kieran Tierney. Defensively, misjudges a tackle. Don't even think it was a tackle. I think he just went to drop. He desperately stops Xavi Simons moving on in their own half so as to stop the breakaway. He's took one for the team there.
Well, Arsenal's got to bring this back, guys.
Nice touch, Vieira. Yep. Good pass. Okay, let's go. Martinelli and Saka are on the each side now, so the dynamic's going to change completely now. I'm worrying about Odegaard because it's like he's always getting taken off. You know, if he's affecting the game, you don't take him off. But the point is, he's not affecting the game.
Yeah, he's not. Cam says, he goes, seriously, what's wrong with Martinelli? And Cam says, someone tell me what XG is. It means expected goals. And it's how they measure it. It's how they measure expected goals. So it measures the quality of a shot based on a kind of a variety of factors. Like, was it a header? Was it a shot with your foot? What was the angle of the shot? What was the distance of the shot? And that's what they measure.
I think you've overcomplicated it.
No, I haven't, mate. It's that simple. It is done, Tony, on head, foot, and angle of shot.
You can have an XG for a player. You can also have an XG for a team.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a combined and a singular score, isn't it?
Right.
But what they normally do is a combined score.
If whoever's wondering what XG is how much expected goals, either the individual or the team is expected to get based on either their historical passage of play or their current passage of play. So you can look at the way the game is going now, and you can make using predictive logarithms, saying who's shooting most. Yeah, the XG of a particular team is based on those kind of factors.
Let's have a look.
Ooh.
All this means, guys, is that it would be, well, the game's not over. There's half an hour left, so plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Cam says, Tony, you just overcomplicated it, dude.
No, because all that header stuff, it's not. It really depends on what you're looking at, because in a game of football, the XG changes as the game progresses.
It does, but it's done. That's the reason why I said it's done on a manner of those factors. Like all of those factors are included in those. But people normally take a achievement. It's Arsenal coming in for an attack now, guys, on the right hand side.
Thomas Partey is making a difference already.
Yeah, so is Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu's getting stuck in. The ball comes out into the middle. It's really congested in there, and that's the reason why Arsenal do have to use the flanks. Saka's come in the game now. That's got to be a foul, referee. How's he not blown out a foul on Saka? This guy. How's he not blown out a foul? PSV now on the break. And it's well cut out there. I think that's Thomas Partey that cuts it out.
It is indeed. Yeah.
The problem with this team is that Arsenal have all their possession, but PSG can break in numbers, and that's where they're going to hurt you. That's where they're dangerous.
Yeah. But we just weren't creative enough, I think, with the players that we had on, and now we've got two players who will transform this game in my eyes, because now we become more of an offensive beast.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's wow. It's the same player scored again. It's 2-0.
Yeah, header from the resulting corner.
Wow. Arteta's not going to be happy with this. So the corner's played in. Ramsdale goes to fist it and completely misses it. He fluffs it. Look, Ramsdale gets nowhere near it.
Yeah.
And it goes in off the player's back. So player doesn't know where it is. Ramsdale jumps into a pile of players. Sorry, guys, I'm a goalkeeper. Look, he comes in to try and get that and just woofs on it. Jean-Paul saying, guys, taking captain off Odegaard out too is a preserve for the next game. Yeah, it definitely is, mate. It's to preserve him for the next game.
Or is it that he just ain't playing well? Because as far as I'm concerned, he didn't deserve to be on the pitch.
No, Tony, why I can't say that is because none of them are playing well. So, pick your poison. Gary's saying 2-0 now. Partey gives away a needless corner and we concede. He does, but the goalkeeper Gary has got to get his fist to it. If you commit yourself as a goalkeeper and you run out and get that with your fist, and you're 6'3", you got to make contact with it. Yeah. And he woofs on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the alternative, you stay on your line and you make a save.
Agreed. Because it came off the player's back. He didn't know too much about it. They just jumped into a pile of players. That's the first real mistake that I've seen Ramsdale making quite a lot. That's really cost him.
And he's going to know that. Gabriel Jesus is on now for... Who's Jesus on for? Is it for Pablo Vieira?
You
by the
know,
looks of
DeLong's
things.
got 2 goals for them. So, well, I expected Arsenal to make substitutions and come on and dominate the latter part of this game, but we're still in the 64th minute.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's a
the
bit
subs are on
strange.
now. The subs are on. So let's see how we go.
Has he made more subs?
Yeah, Gabriel Jesus is on.
All right, Juice is on for Holding. Oh, wow. Rob Holding, they're going for it now. Oh, they're going for it now. So I think this is back 3. Yeah, I think they're playing with a back 3.
It's an interesting back 3 if it is, though. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, and you don't...
Tomiyasu, Saliba
Exactly.
and Tierney.
Yeah, yeah. Again, Arsenal lose the ball in the final third, and PSV break with Gakpo so quickly.
You mean Simons?
Simmons, yeah. Oh, it's another one. That's a great goal. Is it offside? No, well, yes, offside. They break again, guys, and Gakpo, the ball comes in, played behind the back line. Gakpo gets in there again with a great finish, but Gakpo is way offside. He's always offside. He's never at one point onside, but it's a great finish by Gakpo. You know,
he never got onside.
Yeah, he never got onside. I've seen enough from Gakpo, though. I've seen enough from him to know that he's a baller.
Yeah.
He can get it done. Warning shot there for Arsenal. But again, that came because Arsenal lost the ball in transition. They lost the ball there on that left-hand side. And PSV breaks so fast and so precise, and they're really good at finishing. They're really good at getting the ball in from wide angles. Jean-Paul says Ramsdale makes rash decisions sometimes. He does, but you only get tagged on how many mistakes that you make that leads to goals.
Oh, there's a bit of fisticuffs there.
With that. Yeah.
Martinelli and one of their players both just got yellow cards.
Xhaka went in hard on one of their players, and Martinelli's walking back. Yeah. So PSV have had 3 goals disallowed because of offside. And again, that's credit to the defense playing that line. But the second goal really shouldn't. I thought the goalkeeper should have dealt with that. We are looking at a 1-0 game here. But let's see what Arsenal do. Let's see what they do.
So once again,
that's close, man. Ramsdale screaming at his defense there. The cross is played through, and it looks like Sangre gets a free header here, and he misses just slightly. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was a chance, another golden chance, but nobody picked him up. And that's why Ramsdale was screaming at the back line.
Defensively, something has gone askew today. This is just not the kind of defending that we should be expecting.
Yeah, it is that. I definitely agree with that. But then the other thing that I think it is as well is the quality of their play. Oh, Arsenal had a chance there. Ball played through to Eddie from Jesus, but it's deflected and goes straight into the goalkeeper's hands. If it wasn't deflected, Eddie had a tap in there.
Yeah. So we're playing two up top, which is unusual.
Guys, I've been impressed with PSV. I've been impressed with them. I really have.
Simons is a player, isn't he?
Yeah, the DeLong, Gakpo, Simmons. I've been impressed with PSV, guys. I'm not going to lie. Credit where credit is due.
There's a foul there, ref, surely. Should have been a foul on Tierney.
Oh, wow. Dion nearly got a hat-trick. I tell you what, and the ball from Gakpo was sublime. The flag goes up for offside again. But you can see here, I thought that Gakpo was offside originally, and yeah, he was. In fact, there's two of them that's offside, but it's just. And Ramsdale makes a save. He makes a save from De Long. De Long nearly got his hat trick there, but it was offside. That's absolutely crazy.
It's just too defensive at the moment. We need to be making more offensive moves. Saka's come on. He's barely touched the ball.
None of them are doing anything at the front. I mean, I'm watching now. We're pressing it on the back line in the final third, putting the ball around. We don't look dangerous. We're not making any runs into the box. Saka just gets pushed over and it goes for a goal kick. We're not doing anything on the back line, mate. The substitutions so far have been ineffective. Martinelli's not had a good game. Saka's only been on for about 10 minutes. Right, let me just go and get a drink. I've just run out of drink here.
Yeah, so let's see what people are saying. We've read everybody's comments. It's still PSV who are on the ascendancy. Arteta's clearly, he's made good early changes to personnel, but we just haven't so far been able to do anything. There's a player, Ben White is coming on now. Wonder where he'll be positioned. Does he take over from Tomiyasu? A bit more offensive. I mean, right now we're just struggling to create anything. Thomas Partey on the ball, looking, can't see anything. Out to Tierney. Jesus comes deep to collect. Saliba gives it away. And again, PSV, they attack with numbers. They've got 4-on-3. We managed to get out of that one. Where is Martinelli going? And he wins a foul. Ball by Martinelli. Oh, foul, surely. Thank you. Foul by Gutierrez on Gabriel and White coming on. So this is almost finishing the game like Arsenal's first team. So looks like Tomiyasu is coming off for Gabriel, and Tierney came off for Ben White. So the back three will look like Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White. And then up top as normal. And it looks like maybe... Oh, that's not a foul, surely. Thought Eddie was just being pretty tenacious there, but he's been given as a foul. Does anyone know a website where you can watch a match for free? First Row doesn't watch. Right now, I'd go on Twitter if you can and see if you can pick up something on Twitter. Normally, there's something on Twitter if you just put in PSV Arsenal. There'd be something there to watch. Oh, offside again. His goal, Hesgoal. If you put that in a search, that normally brings up a site that's got something. The VIP box. We've been poor. That's 3 games now that we haven't looked ourselves from 18. Oh.
Right, what's happened, Tony?
Not a great deal. Arsenal are pressing better now. We've had 2 more substitution. Oh, shot from Vieira, but it's well over. 2 more substitutions. Gabriel and Ben White have come on for Kieran Tierney and Tomiyasu. So the back 3 now is Ben White, Saliba, and Gabriel. Then we've got ahead of him Thomas Partey, and then we've got Saka, Vieira, and Martinelli with Jesus and Nketiah up ahead.
So with now says, does anyone know a website that I can watch this for free? You can try his
just
goal.
Gave him some details. I just gave him some while you were absent.
Okay. Right, let me change the banner here.
Nice football. Great football. Go and find him.
Man.
Oh.
Yeah, we're knocking on the door. And you get a goal in the next 5 minutes, and that means you've got 10 minutes to go in and have a rally for a draw.
Yeah, for sure. PSV are breaking really fast.
I really do like their what they're doing up front, PSV. Jean-Paul said, guys, what do you think? It is PSV that are good, or we're not connecting free-flowing football. I think it's both.
Yeah.
Here comes Arsenal in the box to Saka on the right-hand side, but it's deflected. Yeah, I think it's a little bit both, mate. As I said, I really do give a lot of credit to the way how they're playing. Oh, that's well saved. That is, you got to do better than that. So Odegaard in the first half.
Oh.
Odegaard in the first half has a chance. He hits it straight at the goalkeeper. Nketiah gets in the 6-yard box. The ball comes to him. And it's kind of straight at the goalkeeper. It may be on his left-hand side, but the goalkeeper gets down well and makes a save. You got to do better than that, Eddie. You got to put that down as a chance.
Yeah. It's a good save from the keeper. It's a good low shot from the from Eddie, but just one of them days, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see Arteta's straining himself.
Because that means he's going to have to play a strong team against Zurich 3 days before Chelsea, which he doesn't want to do.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't want to get into that.
Yeah, so a goal now, as he said, would be really good just to change the dynamic of the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That should have been a goal.
I think so, yeah. And none of them have really played well today. Odegaard hasn't been great. Xhaka's not been great. Now Xhaka gets into a fight. Dear, oh dear. Xhaka coming out. So Xhaka walks up to Xavi picks him up as almost a throw him away, is he going to get sent off or booked?
Look, he's kind of entitled to do what he's doing in a way. I mean, yeah, he shouldn't do it, but what Xavi is doing is he's clearly wasting time.
Yep, that's right.
He's got booked for it though.
Yeah, we know it, and luckily that doesn't fall on the shoulders of Granit Xhaka. Cam says, can't believe Lokonga about not getting game time. Then he drops one disaster class after another. Lad is poverty. Come on, that's unfair, man. That's unfair. You can't blame Arteta for Saliba giving the ball away 6 yards. Look, we can. I know you guys are sticking the leg in on all the players, and look, they deserve it. But don't single them out because none of them have played well. I'm sorry, guys. You can stick the boot in on whichever player you want, Saliba, Lokonga, but none of them have played well. None of them. Name me one Arsenal. I can't. It stays like this where you struggle to do player ratings because the whole team gets a 4 and a 5.
Yeah, and to compound things for me is like we said it pretty much every game. When you take certain elements out of this team, the drop off is too big.
Yeah,
the drop off is just too big.
So now, guys, we are in our last 10 minutes, and I fear that this game's just pretty much going to die out like that, the way things are going at the moment. Can Arsenal score 2 goals in the next 10 minutes? Yeah, sure they can. They have the ability to do that. They're coming forward again on the right. Saka picks up the ball on the right. He has Tomiyasu as an option in the overlap, but he decides to go back into the midfield to Partey instead. Partey now on the right finds Tomiyasu. Saka now picks up the ball just outside the box. That's a free kick. It's not a penalty because he doesn't even give a free kick. Okay, yeah.
Serious?
Yeah, just forget this one, lads.
That's baffling. I'm baffled.
Yeah, that's.
Has he been learning a lesson from the weekend from our referee?
I know.
What the? How can you not give anything?
You thought something was going to come from that, and look, Thomas Partey accidentally elbows. Look, Thomas Partey not even made a challenge on this guy, and the referee's given a free kick. The referee said Saka dived.
Well, if he dives, you have to book him.
Yeah. That's the rules. That's the law. Man. Not a good performance today, guys. Not a good performance today. Yeah, not a good performance today. I can't see Arsenal coming back in this game because they simply are just not at the races today. They have had their chances, guys, but they just haven't been clinical at all.
Yeah. The drop-off is just, and now they've taken Gakpo off. The drop-off is just too big. Well done, that man. He looks a player. He looks a player.
Yeah, I can't think of a game where Arsenal have failed to score a single goal this season.
It hasn't happened.
This might be the first one. Yeah, I think this is the first one.
Yeah.
Worrying signs.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we're not creating those clear-cut opportunities. Chances aren't just aren't being created. I mean, Well, we're probably going to still be the dominant team by way of possession, but
I think we have. I think when you look at the one that Eddie,
goodness.
I think when you look at the one that Eddie just had, and you look at the one Martinelli had just outside the 6-yard box, we have created chances, mate. We just ain't done anything with it.
Yeah.
So Simmons, man of the match for me, man. He's just.
Well, the guy who scored 2 goals is. He's going to
I mean, he obviously had the quality to finish those goals, but the second one he didn't know much about. But Xavi Simmons, what a player!
What's this I'm seeing? Just hearing some bad news, guys. It appears that Pablo Mari has been stabbed in a shopping mall in Milan.
Oh, shit.
Don't know how bad it is, but...
Oh, wow. Well, nothing on Google. It must be on Twitter. Let me just go on Twitter. Let me just go on Twitter and see what's the latest on that. Okay. It is another corner to PSV, lads. Concrete Jungle says, most fans want wholesale changes for this match, and now we're back to full circle because they've not been good. Yeah. Look, and we've not been good for a while. And secondly, you got to give credit to PSV. I can't. It's one of those games where sometimes we like to be critical about what we do, but and sometimes forget that it's also about what the other team does. And today, they've just come to play, and they've been strong. They've been like that all season, quite frankly. They've been a good team all season, domestically and in Europe, and they look good today. And it wasn't just a couple of players. There's 3, 4, 5 players at PSV that have just looked dynamic every time they broke. And when
this
you're
Mari
doing that,
story looks mad, bruv. This Mari story, the fella who's has stabbed 6 people in a shopping mall.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah, 5 people were stabbed. Some saying it's 5 and some saying it's 6. Either way, it's a multiple stabbing in a shopping mall. Something's gone off in Milan. Apparently, it says allegedly the stabber is a person with mental health problems.
I better put a little tweet out. Sorry for the little delay in coverage, guys. It's just something happening with Pablo Mari, and we have to obviously talk about and discuss it because we don't know what the situation is. We don't know whether it's fatal. We don't know what else is going on. I'm just putting hashtags here. Right, let's see what's going on. Right, I'm just
let's hope that Pablo's okay. We don't know the current status, but
yeah, 5 people stabbed today in Italy. It says. Now it says that he's currently in hospital.
Oh, come on, Arsenal. Toothless at the moment. I keep panning to this couple. The bloke's an Arsenal fan. His missus is a PSV fan.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, we didn't much know a lot about the second goal. Just, yeah, we didn't much know about the second goals.
Yeah, it's a bad error by Ramsdale.
It's just like, guys, it's now a minute left in the game. Arsenal just look like they can't get nothing from this game. And look, it's one of those things. People are going to probably say, should Arteta have started with a stronger team and then got up and then done the substitutions? Because sometimes I think if there's games that you need to win, then that's how you approach it. Play your players, let them get the result, then sub them all off. But it's a fine line doing that, because the reason why, guys, is it's been working for him so far. So why should Arteta go away from a formula that's currently been working for him? But at the moment now, Arsenal, this is the first game that they would have played, guys, which they have not scored this season. So it's just one of those things. But what I don't want to happen is...
loads of attacking options in the box, but nothing goes on. Oh, great header from the defender. Stops a short goal.
The only thing that I don't want is we understand how trends work. And Arsenal had won.
How is there only 3 minutes? We've had, if I'm not mistaken, we've had 10 substitutions. And it's only 3 minutes. That makes no sense. That doesn't make actual sense. You can't have 10 substitutes and then have 3 minutes extra time. Arsenal pressing.
Yeah, it's just it looks like another corner.
Yeah, another corner. Arsenal looking for a goal to try and do something to.
So my biggest concern is that we play 14 games and win 13 of them, and we just lost over the weekend. We just drew. Sorry, we just drew over the weekend, and we've lost today. So those are 2 games which are not great for us, and we haven't won. So what we need to do is come out of the Emirates on Sunday and roast Nottingham Forest. Somebody's in for a roasting.
Yeah, we need
to. So we just have to hope that we can pick it up in that game.
What a terrible cross by Bukayo Saka. It's a goal kick. Bukayo Saka just played his worst cross ever. It's just like, oh, mate. It's not our day. Just not our day. Oh, dear. Not our day.
I can see the guys in our panel thread. We have a panel thread for the 101 podcast, and they're all saying their little bit in there. Bertram, Lewis, Danny, everyone's talking in there. And I've just said to them, 13 wins in our first 14 games. And now we've had a draw and a loss. It happens. What counts now is how we pick ourselves up from it. And that's all we can really. And that's it. That's the final whistle. Is that the final whistle? Yeah, it is. Yeah. So that's it. Game over. Game done, guys. Not a good game, unfortunately. Not the way how you want to spend a Thursday afternoon. Let me just put full time in the banner. Don't worry, guys. We're not going to keep you for too long. Me and Tony are going to say our piece. Time. Full time. Full time. Yes. So, as I said, guys, I think I've kind of pretty much hit the nail on the head with what I thought about in this game. I thought PSV were very, very good. I thought they were very dynamic, very sharp. They had 3 goals literally disallowed, 2 goals disallowed by offsides. But Arsenal just wasn't at the races today, guys, and it's not a good sign because we didn't play well in the last game and the game before that. So we are seeing a little bit of a dip, but I think the good part about it is we're still top of the league in both divisions, and we still got a 2-point gap in the Premier League. So what counts now is what we do when we come out on Sunday. Nothing we can do, guys, to affect this game or any other game that we've played. They're gone. Leave them alone. Drop them. Leave them at the front door, and just keep moving forward and forget about it. Have a short memory, and just focus on what you have to do next. And credit to PSV today. I thought that they were outstanding. Tony?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, buddy. This is definitely a game where you have to take your hat off to the opposition. They played very fast from the very get-go of the game. They've made the adjustments that they saw from last week, and they implemented a style of football that was going to cause us problems. Their big players played superbly in Xavi and Gakpo. They took their opportunities because, they didn't have lots of chances, but when they did, they were clinical. Arsenal not quite at the races with that second team. It's just not happening.
Yeah. And as I said, guys, people are going to be out there and they're going to critique this player and that player. And the truth of the matter is, none of them really had a good game today. I actually thought Tomiyasu played well. I thought he had a good game. Apart from that, I can't really mention anybody. I can't really say anything else. The centre-backs struggled today. The midfielders, Xhaka and Sambi, weren't great. I thought Tierney kind of didn't offer as much as he could, although I thought he had a decent first half. Martinelli, I thought, was poor. Nketiah, I thought Nketiah's touches let him down. I don't think that Nketiah was good today. I don't think that, Fabio Vieira, he wasn't great. So, look,
no.
We can point fingers, guys, but at the end of the day, the team didn't play well. And so that's where I have to and there's nothing I can do about it. So I just got to focus on Sunday. Big up to Prince. Prince says, it's not Prince. This is, who is this? Big up Arsenal, still top. Oh, I'm not sure who that is. Says, big up Arsenal, we're still top. Like some win. Our second team just didn't click. And and the thing that I have about that is, if this was a game that you needed to win, then play your starters and then put the other guys on after.
What is Kieran Tierney doing?
What's happening, Tony?
No, I'm looking at the second goal. He's marking De Jong, yeah? And then he lets him go. And then when he comes in to re-engage with him, De Jong jumps and he's like ducking down like, oh, I shouldn't be here. He's too much height. And I'm like, you had to go up for that header. You had to put a body on a player rising for the ball. You can't shirk underneath the. I mean, he's literally got his hands above his head. Oh, it's too much. There's too many people there, and it's like, no, you can't be like that. Especially when that player jumping is your man.
But I tell you one thing about this guy, Xavi Simons. He's 19 years old, and he's worth 8 million euros. Is his market value? 8 million euros. That's on transfer. Which, I mean, they're not going to let someone like him go for less than 30. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, it's Randall. Randall says, big up Arsenal, win some, lose some. Agreed. He says the second team didn't click. And Wivnell says, thank you guys, very kind. No problem, mate. Just subscribe to the channel and then we can call it evens. Randall says, yeah, it's Randall. Yeah, I can see that now, bro. We go again Sunday and see where we are. Not really much we can take away from this game. My last comments is that Arsenal have just lost for a second time this season. That was the second time that we've lost for the whole season, and the first time where we have not scored in a single game. And all it means, guys, is that we must win at home against last place Zurich next Thursday to guarantee the top spot. That's all it means. It's not a disaster. So and it's something that we can easily do. But that's 2 home games now. Remember, I said we've had 4 away games in our last 6 matches. Away games are tough, guys. Yeah, away games are never easy. It's tough. Look at what Spurs have had to do in the Champions League against teams that, quite frankly, are not even that great. Yeah, so it's what it is, guys. And we need to go back home now, focus on Forest at home, focus on Zurich at home, and then the destiny will be in our hands. Wivnell says, bad luck tonight, guys. I'm sure Arteta will treat this as a learning experience for the knockout rounds. Yeah, he will. And things will start to get more serious, guys. you won't see this level of rotation anymore. As we go into the games that are more important, you'll start to see first team players play. Again, Matt Turner didn't start in goal tonight, did he?
No.
So we're going to start to see those games getting a lot tougher, and we're going to start to see our teams becoming a lot stronger as it goes through. So keep your chin up, guys. Only a couple of games left now to the World Cup. Tony?
Yeah, I mean, look, we have a few more games before the World Cup break. It just seems kind of surreal us having this break where it's happening, but it's going to be, I think, very beneficial for some of Arsenal players, because those that aren't are gonna get a rest of sorts. They'll be able to work on certain things of the game. But essentially, we come back for Boxing Day fixture, and then we play the next game literally 2 to 3 days later. This is worrying for me. This is worrying because, to me, Arsenal need to strengthen for the new year. They're gonna, what you're hoping for is England get knocked out real quick so Saka can come back. And you're looking for, Jesus to not get picked so he can keep nice and fresh. Who else is, Saliba
Martinelli
is
is normally, he travels with the Brazilian team, does he?
I don't think he's getting picked.
Well, it's going to be a tough one if he doesn't. We'll have to wait and see, because
I don't think he gets picked.
The way you got to think of it, Tony, as well, is he's got 4 goals, 3 assists, and his team's top of the league in the hardest league in the world. That's for him not to get picked by that Brazilian team. That's going to be tough.
But
he's done enough, Tony, to make that
team right now is purring, because what you're basically saying is you've got Vinicius Jr. plays in Martinelli's position. You have Rodrigo, you have Rafinha. You've got a plethora of players in Brazil's roster who they have to cut down to 20 whatever number of players it is. Places are going to be difficult.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
I don't think England's going to do too well. I thought if people are going to be expecting what they saw in the Euros. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, England.
I mean, look, we all know that the Euros and the World Cup, you might as well discount what happened in the Euros, because Italy won the Euros, not even qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah, and then look at Portugal and Greece, who won the Euros.
Exactly.
Where have they been even close to winning the World Cup?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, for me, England set a record with 7 clean sheets in the competition, which no other team has done before. I don't think that's going to happen in the World Cup. People are going to go in there, it's like England going to win the World Cup. This is it. This is our year.
This ain't going to be our year. Let's be honest. Harry Kane is not the Harry Kane of a year ago. To me,
he's having a good season. He's having a good season.
Penalties wise, he's having a great season for penalties. He's having.
And then you got to look at Maguire and all that. The problem with Southgate is he's not going to change the defense. He's going to leave them dibby man in there. That's a liability, and then that's going to cost the team. It's probably that's what's going to happen. All right, guys, I'm going to. It's 7:45 now. I'm going to try and watch the first episode of season 2 of Gangs of London, which I've been struggling to start. And Tony, I think you're still on season 1, or you're on season 2 yet?
Boy, mate. Gangs of London, people. If you haven't watched
best
it, I
British
cannot
show
tell you
ever.
how good this program is.
Yeah, best British show ever. Name me a British show that has the production values of this one. It just it'd be hard to find one. It'd be hard to find one.
Guys. I mean, look, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Luther is a great production.
But it ain't Gangs of London, mate.
This is not. It's not Gangs of London.
Listen, guys, enjoy your evening, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Is Premier League show. And then Sunday, we're live streaming the Nottingham Forest game. So look after yourselves, Gooners, and happy Diwali for our Asian brothers and sisters. And I'll speak to you guys later, man. Peace out.
Take care.